Good evening. This is Akashvani. I am Valsa Williams with the news at 9. The headlines. Parliamentary Standing Committee seeks views of stakeholders on Uniform Civil Code. President Droupadi Murmu calls upon women to retain traditional values and adopt modern skills to play an important role in development of the country. India to host SCO Summit tomorrow in a virtual format. CBI files chargesheet in land for job scam. Bihar's Deputy Chief Minister Tejashwi, Yadav and several others named as accused. National Anti-Doping Agency India signs MOU with South Asia Regional Anti-Doping Organization, aims to increase regional cooperation in anti-doping in sports. And Indian men's team to take on Kuwait in final of SAFF Football Championship in Bengaluru tomorrow. The Parliamentary Standing Committee on Personnel, Public Grievances, Law and Justice today held a meeting on Uniform Civil Code UCC. The committee, headed by Rajya Sabha MP Sushil Modi, sought the views of the stakeholders on the matter. 17 members were present in the meeting. The UCC proposes to formulate and implement personal laws which apply to all citizens equally regardless of their religion, sex, gender and sexual orientation. Currently, the personal laws of various communities are governed by their religious scriptures. On the 14th of last month, the Law Commission of India solicited the views and ideas of the public and recognized religious organizations to examine the UCC. The public can send their views on the matter by the 14th of this month. President Droupadi Murmu has called upon women in India to retain their traditional values and at the same time adopt modern skills to play an important role in the development of the country. Addressing the second convocation of Sri Sathya Sai University for Human Excellence at Mudanahalli in Karnataka today, the President said given an opportunity, girls perform far better than boys in their area of learning.
विश्वविद्यालय में हमारी बेटियां बहुत अच्छा प्रदर्शन कर रही हैं। इस संदर्भ में मुझे ये देखकर बहुत प्रसन्नता हुई है कि इस वर्ष की सिविल सर्विसेज परीक्षा में सर्वोच्च 4 स्थान हमारी बेटियां ने प्राप्त किए हैं। ये इस बात का संकेत है कि बराबर अवसर मिलने पर हमारी बेटियां बेटों से भी अच्छा प्रदर्शन करती हैं। ये भारत में हो रहे बदलाव और देश के सुनहरे भविष्य की ये झलक है।
President Droupadi Murmu today called upon the youth to learn from the teaching of the Buddha to enrich themselves and immensely contribute to building a peaceful society, nation and world. The President, in her message on Ashadh Purnima, the Dharma Chakra Pravartana Divas celebration, said that we should follow the 3 teachings of Lord Buddha, Shil, Sadachar and Pragya. She said the younger generation could empower themselves and bring a positive impact on society. India will host the Shanghai Cooperation Organization SCO Summit tomorrow in a virtual format. The 23rd Summit of the SCO Council of Heads of State will be chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. According to the External Affairs Ministry, all the SCO member states, China, Russia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan and Uzbekistan have been invited to attend the summit. Iran, Belarus and Mongolia have been invited as observer states. As per SCO tradition, Turkmenistan has also been invited as the guest of the chair. Heads of the 2 SCO bodies, the Secretariat and the SCO RATS, will also attend the summit. The Startup 20 Shikhar Summit under India's G20 presidency began in Gurugram, Haryana today. The Startup 20 Engagement Group is hosting the 2-day Startup 20 Shikhar Summit. Speaking on the occasion, Minister of State for Commerce and Industry Som Prakash said education and awareness play a vital role in nurturing a culturally sensitive startup ecosystem. He said India's recent climb on the Global Innovation Index can be largely attributed to the dynamic startup ecosystem. On the occasion, G20 Sherpa Amitabh Kant said in India the total investment in startup has gone up to 19 times. He said Prime Minister Narendra Modi had launched the startup movement in 2016. Mr. Kant said the number of startups has increased to 100,000 from just 100 startups.
We have about 400 plus incubators. We have over 108 unicorns. But the important thing is that the total investment has gone up 19 times into the startups. We have about 11 times more incubators now since we started it. And investments, incubation, the whole ecosystem has been built up in India.
Mumbai will host the two-day G20 Research and Innovation Initiative Gathering Summit and Research Ministers Meeting from tomorrow. A total of about 107 foreign delegates, including research ministers from 29 G20 members, invited guest countries and international organizations, are likely to participate in the meeting. India has acquired over 200 patents for 6G technology so far. This was stated by Communications and IT Minister Ashwini Vaishnav at the launch of Bharat 6G Alliance in New Delhi today. He said the Bharat 6G Alliance is a professional body of industry, academia and the central government.
Bharat 6G Alliance is basically a body created by the industry, academia and Government of India, so that all the work which needs to be done on 6G can be done in a very methodical way. We have also launched a 6G test bed in the terahertz frequency range, and with IIT Madras Consortium, a test bed has been launched. So these two test beds will become the foundation of any development which happens. And India has already crossed 200 plus patents for 6G technology.
The minister informed that India has entered into the world's top 3 5G ecosystems as 270,000 5G sites are ready in the country. Mr. Vaishnav said the Narendra Modi government has transformed the telecom sector in the last 9 years and the world is looking towards the Indian telecom sector. He said data cost has been reduced from 300 rupees per GB in 2014 to 10 rupees per GB in 2023. He said FDI in the telecom sector has increased to $24 billion and India is exporting technology to 12 countries, including the USA. Almost 150,000 broadband connections have been provided in rural areas in the last 9 years. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate the Sai Hira Global Convention Centre in Puttaparthi, Andhra Pradesh tomorrow through video conferencing. The inauguration ceremony will witness the presence of prominent dignitaries and devotees from around the world. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. The Central Bureau of Investigation, CBI, has filed a charge sheet in the Land for Job alleged scam case in Rouse Avenue Court of Delhi. The charge sheet named Bihar's Deputy Chief Minister Tejashwi Yadav and several others as accused. The charge sheet has been filed today against former Railways Minister Lalu Prasad Yadav, former Chief Minister of Bihar Rabri Devi, Deputy Chief Minister of Bihar Tejashwi Prasad Yadav and several others, including firms in the case related to the Land for Job scam. It has been alleged in the case that appointments were made in the railways in return for land gifted and sold to the RJD chief family when Lalu Prasad was the then Railways Minister during UPA rule. Soon after the Nationalist Congress Party NCP chief Sharad Pawar expelled Lok Sabha MP Sunil Tatkare from the NCP, Praful Patel announced Tatkare's appointment as the party's state unit chief, replacing Jayant Patil. Addressing media persons in Mumbai, Mr. Patel also announced that Ajit Pawar has been unanimously elected as the leader of the NCP legislature party. Meanwhile, Ajit Pawar said the party and MLAs are with him and the notice for disqualification by Sharad Pawar against him and the 8 newly sworn-in ministers was meaningless. Earlier today, NCP President Sharad Pawar announced his decision to expel MP Sunil Tatkare and Praful Patel from the party. In a letter, NCP Working President Supriya Sule recommended disciplinary action against them for indulging in anti-party activities. NCP's State Discipline Committee has passed a resolution to move disqualification proceedings against Ajit Pawar and his 8 supporting MLAs who joined the BJP Shiv Sena government yesterday. The India Meteorological Department IMD has forecast a fresh spell of heavy to very heavy rainfall likely over South Peninsular India. It said normal to above normal rainfall over most parts of central India and adjoining South Peninsula and East India and some areas of northeast and northwest India will be observed for this month. Talking to Akashvani, senior IMD scientist R.K. Jenamani said isolated heavy to very heavy rainfall is very likely over sub-Himalayan West Bengal and Sikkim, Bihar, Assam, Meghalaya, Arunachal Pradesh, coastal Karnataka and Kerala during the next 2 days.
The heavy to very heavy rainfall with isolated extremely heavy rainfall likely over Kerala and coastal Karnataka for today and till the 5th July. And the Kerala has been in red color warning for high rainfall activity. Heavy to very heavy rainfall also likely over northeastern states and Sikkim area, and we have the orange color warning for that also. For Delhi and northwest India, particularly Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh and western Himalayan region like Himachal, Uttarakhand, no heavy rainfall warning for next 2 days.
In Odisha, the Bhubaneswar Meteorological Centre has forecast heavy rainfall at 1 or 2 places over the districts of Gajapati, Ganjam, Rayagada, Koraput, Malkangiri, Kandhamal and Nabarangapur and issued a yellow warning of thunderstorms and heavy rainfall activities in 18 districts till Thursday. Key domestic indices today closed at a new all-time high amid positive global cues. The Sensex at the Bombay Stock Exchange breached the 65,200 mark for the first time ever, while the Nifty at the National Stock Exchange crossed a lifetime high of 19,300 level. A report from the business desk.
The Sensex surged 486 points to end at 65,205. The Nifty jumped 130 points to close at 19,319. At the forex market, the rupee appreciated 9 paisa to close at 81 rupees and 95 paisa against the US dollar. Gold prices at multi-commodity exchange for August contracts were trading at 58,055 rupees per 10 gram, and in intraday trade Brent crude was trading at $76.09 a barrel. Anubha Rohatgi for Akashvani News.
National Anti-Doping Agency India today signed a Memorandum of Understanding with South Asia Regional Anti-Doping Organization SARADO in New Delhi today. SARADO is comprised of anti-doping organizations from Bangladesh, Bhutan, the Maldives, Nepal and Sri Lanka. Speaking on the occasion, Youth Affairs and Sports Minister Anurag Singh Thakur said the MOU aims to increase regional cooperation in anti-doping in sports.
The historic MOU between NADA India and SARADO is milestone and first of its kind step by India towards augmenting regional cooperation in anti-doping in the Asian region. This partnership will enable our countries and organizations to work together towards a common goal. I envisage that through this MOU, there will not only be greater cooperation amongst our countries in anti-doping, but also will lead to greater cooperation for a holistic sports and development in this region.
The Sports Minister highlighted India's increasing participation and achievements in the international sporting arena. The Indian men's team will lock horns with Kuwait in the grand final of the Bangabandhu SAFF Championship 2023 at the Sri Kantirava Stadium in Bengaluru tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. The Sunil Chhetri-led Blue Tigers made it to the finals after beating Lebanon in a hard-fought semi-final game yesterday. The two nations will clash for the second time in this year's tournament. In the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, the 62-day-long Sri Amarnath Ji Yatra, which had commenced on the 1st of July, is going on smoothly from both the Yatra routes of Baltal in Ganderbal district and Unwan Pahalgam in Anantnag district amid tight security cover. Meanwhile, in connection with Vyas Purnima today, the Chhadi Mubarak Holy Mace of Lord Shiva associated with Sri Amarnath Ji pilgrimage was carried to Pahalgam in South Kashmir from Dashnami Akhada Srinagar for special traditional Bhumi Pujan, Navagraha Pujan and Dhwajarohan ceremonies as per the age-old practice of the pilgrimage. And now before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Parliamentary Standing Committee seeks views of stakeholders on Uniform Civil Code. President Droupadi Murmu calls upon women to retain traditional values and adopt modern skills to play an important role in development of the country. India to host SCO Summit tomorrow in a virtual format. CBI files charge sheet in land for job scam. Bihar's Deputy Chief Minister Tejashwi, Yadav and several others named as accused. National Anti-Doping Agency India signs MOU with South Asia Regional Anti-Doping Organization, aims to increase regional cooperation in anti-doping in sports. And Indian men's team to take on Kuwait in final of SAFF Football Championship in Bengaluru tomorrow. That is all in the news at 9. Good night.